The One Ring. Let's talk about it. Little mail opening video here today. Always cool. Stay in school. Brody's tool is been misplaced amongst all the changes that have been going around here. Emily is ready to do some dwarf chopping. His local game store is burned down. Lottery cards for sale over at Hasbro hitting an all-time high. Who let these folks print the One Ring anyway? We're going to have to do this again. There's folks on the internet saying that they are prepared to destroy this One Ring if they pull it. Don't forget to grip it and rip it. Weekend cartoons with Brody. What would you do if you found the One Ring? Are you one of these folks that would be prepared to march the ring into the filers of Moldor? Don't do it, Brody. You must destroy the One Ring. All right, what do we got here? Some reserve lists. We're hoping maybe some cards off the bottom 10. Brody is excited to bring you folks another mail opening video. I did find this Lord of the Rings Scry magazine in the collection. This is a print. It's a whole new game, right? You don't know how right you were in 2003. Is this not just period correct? The Two Towers CCG. There's even a write-up in here. Like, look at some of this stuff. This is, I don't even recognize old Broccoli Lesnar. We'll have to have Broccoli on the show at some point. Yes. So if you want to have a look at what some of these Two Towers cards actually look like, some of the gameplay, there's some interesting stuff in here. Here we are. Here's some of the original Lord of the Rings cards issued in Scryfall. Merry skirmish. If Merry is not assigned to a skirmish, discard him to remove an orc from a skirmish involving an unbound companion. Hobbit discard strategies. All right, we got the sticky tape, not the sticky tape. Is it the extra sticky tape? So I've been enjoying taking a turn back through time, the Scry magazine. Yeah. Let's have a look and see what we got here. Have you found any chatter predictions on what will happen? I did a poll, single styrofoam chip. Delicious. They only come with one though. Bet you can't eat just one. Oh, a little sticker. This Alfonso might like this one. And flip it. Double flip, double flip. Samwise and Frodo looking on. Let's see. Are this cards at the bottom 10, Brody? Saproling token. Okay, that's great because I need more Saprolings for the Saproling deck. Excellent, excellent. Ah, yes. Cards at the bottom 10. We got Selenia the Dark Angel from Tempest. This is a great card. Flying 3/3 and Orzhov. With this blink effect, you get to pay 2 life, return Selenia to owner's hand. Pretty good card on the reserve list. Angel. Gosta. Ooh, Gosta Dirk. Oh, yes. I need some legends in the reserve list collection. Another copy of the Didgeridoo. Got a home for that, I'm sure. All right, Splintering Wind. Gosta Dirk's pretty cool. Creatures with Island Walk may be blocked as though they didn't have this ability. Didgeridoo, for 3, you get to put a Minotaur from your hand onto the graveyard. There's a lot of ways to abuse this, even with changelings. Or just making make a Minotaur deck, right? Splintering Wind. This one here, I like this card. It's on the reserve list. You can pay a green and 2 into it, deal damage to target creature, and put a Splinter token into play. Treat it as a 1/1 green creature with a cumulative upkeep 1. If it dies, it deals a damage to each creature you control. Pretty good in green since dinos have Enrage. Catch a couple splinters. Put those in the collection. Alright, place out a Splintering Wind. Kukas. Kukas. Flample. No, he's got Trample. 3/5. The Jin. Like the art on this. During your upkeep, if you do not control at least one keeper of Kukas, Kukas deals 3 damage to you and attacks this turn if able. Fire Breathing. A red gets 1/0 until end of turn. Fire Breathing on a Trampler, I think, is part of the reason why this made the reserve list. Too many keywords on it, I guess. Dream Halls. Here's another card that can be a build-around card. Instead of paying the mana cost for a spell of any color, controller may choose to discard a card that shares at least one color with that spell. If the spell has X in its casting cost, X is 0. All right, we need this. That's pretty nice. Nice copy from Stronghold. Ah, yes. Dream Halls, Hall of Gemstones. This one's another Enchant World. I'm starting to pay a little more attention to the Enchant Worlds. There's a rule around that. During each player's upkeep, that player chooses the color until end of turn. Each mana producing land produces mana of the chosen colors instead of its normal color. So you get to produce just one color with your lands. It's a bit of fixing or hosing, depending on what side of the board you're on. A couple copies of Hall of Gemstone, another reserve list staple. Nice. I was able to get some pretty nice condition copies of this. I've been following some advice of a friend. Only buy the near mint ones if you can, Brody. This one doesn't look too bad. So 4 copies of Hall of Gemstones. We got Drago. First striking 4/4 legend. Art on it from Christopher Rush. Creatures with Swamp Walk may be blocked as though they did not have this ability. Him and Gusta Dirk are sort of the counterparts. This is like a throwback to when Magic was balanced, right? And people who are new to Magic, they want to take a look back at some cards like this where there always seemed to be a counterpart in the opposite color. Like this one's black and blue, gives blockability to creatures with Swamp Walk, and then Gusta Dirk is blue and white, and then he has the same ability for creatures with Island Walk. So going back to a time in Magic where the art was second to none, and the cards sort of lost a little bit of creativity because there was always cycles that seemed to complement each other, like Death Grip and Life Lace. You knew if they printed a mechanic like this on a creature in one color, they'd have to make a counterpart in another color. Oh, 2 copies of the Drago for the collection. Some more legends. The variant on this is pretty interesting between these two. A little couple of different color variants. The one on the left has got significantly darker gold in the border. Very interesting. All right. Flying Glaciers. This is a great card. Comes into play tapped. A land from Alliances. It's a fetch. It's like the original, one of the original fetches. But it has an interesting bit of text on it if you look at it. This one is easily broken. Comes into play tapped, pay 1 and tap it. Search your library for a basic land and put it into play tapped. Does not count towards your 1 land per turn limit. Shuffle your library afterwards. At end of turn, return Thawing Glaciers to owner's hands. Plenty of ways to untap lands nowadays. So this can be activated multiple times because it doesn't return. You can keep thawing those glaciers all the way up until the end of your turn. You don't pay one and tap it, and then if you get an extra untap effect, you can do it again, ramp out 2 lands or 3, as many as you can. Even putting an enchantment on this that allows you to untap it, making it a forest with the new Yavimaya card, and then using some elves to untap it. There's plenty of ways to get creative with this one. If you have any that I haven't thought of, leave it in the comment section for me. Always looking for new ways to thaw some glaciers over here. So I've got a couple of those. Good, another reserve list land. Real estate's always a good choice, simply because it's colorless and it seems to go in just about any deck. You're not committed to any color per se. This one's got a little print dot on there. All right, another copy of Splintering Winds, or 2. Oh, there's plenty of winds. Brody's cutting wind here at the end of the channel. And last but not least, what have we got here? Another Splintering Winds. Well, thanks again, folks, for watching. This has been Cartoons with Brody this weekend. Hope you folks have a good one. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. One ring. Have a good day, everybody. Didgeridoo. If I do, that looks like a decent spot for you, didgeridoo.